Chat, which I ignored throughout the entirety of that I have not looked at throughout the entirety of today.
Do you want to follow my camera? Do you want me to observe?
Sure.
Okay, so you can handle things on your end. Because for those who don't know, Yaku, people in the chat, it's time for the semifinals. We've arrived, Bobby. We have arrived.
Oh. Does that mean we're getting prediction song? That was not in the crash course.
This was not in the induction.
Never mind.
Of being a streamer. Oh, good, Bobby. All good. Well, we'll set them up for the next series. Just so things aren't so chaotic. But mate, take it away, Bobby. Take it away.
Alrighty then. Oh, where are you? There you are. Alrighty then. We're gonna be jumping into our first semifinals of the evening. Oh, time just zoomed on by. Our first semifinals of the evening. We're over here in that. Oh, wait. Whoop. Whoop. Alright, things are fine. In the bottom left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in that bottom left-hand corner, we of course have our yellow Protoss player coming down from the land of Ukraine. He is going to be representing Hot-Headed Gaming, HHG. He is NightPhoenix.
Yeah. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have the Pig Polish Protoss player, one of the many representing Team Blazer. It is Krystianer.
I feel the power of the fanfare.
Oh, you can hear it. You can actually hear it. Oh, mate. It's something else.
It's no longer in my head.
You're like, I hear it twice now, in my head and IRL. It's crazy.
I'm hearing quadruple as I turn the stream on with the audio.
I shake my head. But I was about to say, because I did see a couple of frame issues that maybe it's worth like closing Chrome and stuff like that. I don't know what you have open on your end. But yeah, regardless, I hope it's been a good tournament. I have been watching from afar, and I've been seeing NightPhoenix cheese.
Oh yeah, every single game today, except for one, and he's played 4 of them so far.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, exactly. Almost every single game, but things are going to be changing a little bit here in the PvP. But that's some copium right there. I mean, it's PvP, right? There's no way that this is where this is where NightPhoenix even plays standard.
Well, ordinarily, I would say, it's an EU PvP, like, it's the time where our players, or it's a region where our players aren't really known for being too chaotic, but that's not exactly true when it comes to Krystianer and NightPhoenix.
Yeah, I agree. I'm hoping for some fire between these players. I want it, and already we're getting a little bit of it. We do see that NightPhoenix did delay his Nexus, and he's going for a faster Twilight Council. Nexus is on the way, but Krystianer did opt to go for the much more economic opener. Up!
He did, and that will allow him to dive in with this Adept, get a full scout, and even take out a probe.
Oh, yeah, very nicely done. Did confirm the Twilight Council opener. Oh, but we see a proxy pylon.
Why am I not surprised? Well, just because it's a surprise doesn't mean I'm disappointed.
Let's go. So, NightPhoenix, he is researching Blink, so unlikely for this to be DTs, unfortunately. But of course, he will have a much faster Blink timing here compared to his opponent, Krystianer. He's responding with his own Twilight Council that's going to be on the way. And we'll see how many more gates are thrown down for NightPhoenix.
Yeah, I'm going to be guessing, just one more after this. 4-gate is the conventional standard, but maybe it's not the NightPhoenix standard, He did go for a Gateway Robo proxy against Slayer.
Yeah, we'll see here, as we do have a little bit of a skirmish to kick things off already. Things going a bit in favor here of, I want to say, NightPhoenix, but he is losing quite a lot of Stalkers, and even though NightPhoenix defends, like any Stalker that he loses is going to make his push that much weaker.
Yeah, it's one of these scenarios where the win condition of the engagement is different for each of our players. Krystianer just needs to kill as many Stalkers as possible. NightPhoenix needs to not die.
Pretty.
Needs to not lose his Stalkers to Krystianer's stuff.
True, and I love this reaction by Krystianer, by the way. It wasn't a Twilight Guts of a blink, he's going straight for a Dark Shrine. And NightPhoenix, even though he's the aggressor, he doesn't have any detection. A couple of DTs, and Krystianer, he's going to be able to defend.
Yeah, there's pretty much no answer from NightPhoenix here. Dark Shrine is still a little bit ways off from completing, so any damage that NightPhoenix does now, or any damage that NightPhoenix does, he has to do now.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, here we go. We're diving on in. The shield battery overcharge is going to be... We have a recall on our own units. Yeah, I think Krystianer, he was supposed to recall maybe the DT instead. The DT is across the map, but there's no defensive DT.
None whatsoever. We are in full base trade territory. Robo Facility is in production right now for NightPhoenix, so there's no way that's going to come out
That's the production.
In time. That's all the production. It's only 2 DTs here for Krystianer.
Mate, even though there is no detection available for NightPhoenix, there is no way to warp in defensively back at home. We do have another backup pylon on the way, though.
Yeah, but NightPhoenix, I don't think has recognized it.
He hasn't. The gateways are repowered. Krystianer, he just needs a little bit more money, and he can warp in a couple of DTs. He's also trying to make sure he doesn't get supply blocked either. We have 3 more pylons on the way. Meanwhile, NightPhoenix is using everything. He does have a robo being proxied.
And he should have enough money for an observer, to say the least. This has been one of the most chaotic games we've seen. DT being body blocked a little bit here, but it's still doing a lot of damage against the Stalkers.
Oh, I love these blinks, by the way. With these blinks, we do see every probe going to be going down. We're trying to focus down the Dark Shrine as well. We do see the TT going ham here, but the Robo is about to finish.
It's about to finish, and again, one observer is all it really takes to end this for NightPhoenix, which is why it's so important for Krystianer to be able to take out as many Stalkers as he can before the observer pops.
Yeah, but you know what? The Observer is on the way right now, and let's look at the units tab here. We have 10 Stalkers against the 3 DTs of Krystianer. 2 of them are here across the map, and there's detection now. It's here.
There's no way now, is there?
I mean,
for Krystianer, GG is called, and NightPhoenix. Getting a little bit of a taste of his own medicine, but in the end, will still secure a 1-0 lead in this best of 3 with some very cheeky aggression.
Wow. GG, well played. I thought it was over, seeing that there was no detection, but unfortunately, I think that was a bit of a blundered recall from Krystianer. Again, I'm pretty sure he was trying to recall a DT back home because he didn't. NightPhoenix had so much time to respond. Yeah, really good, I guess, crisis management out of NightPhoenix.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. It was very... That decision he made to just send all of his probes across the map, that was very quick and very decisive from him. He obviously, you know, he's been in this situation so many times that I think he's learned how to respond.
I'm sure he has. And as we get ready for game 2, it looks like maybe Yaku, you can turn me a little bit down, or maybe yourself a little bit up, or a little bit of both audio-wise. I'm getting a little bit of feedback from the chat.
Wee, like wee feedback, or like I would like to advise you to so kind of feedback.
Some Kupo feedback.
Okay.
So good, so good.
So it is.
As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Altitude, we have the Ukrainian Protoss player representing Hot-Headed Gaming, currently up 1-0 in this best of 3 semifinals match. It is NightPhoenix.
I missed, Anyway, here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner, we have our pink Polish Protoss player, one of many, but they are united as one. Representing Blazer from the land of Poland, we have Krystianer.
go, Papi. And when you adjust me, you can just adjust me in Discord. So good.
Yeah, wait, I need to do both?
Oh. What?
I just leveled you in Discord. That's all I did.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
But now we're getting into game number 2, and yeah, what a wild way already. Like, I really did like how Krystianer responded to the aggression of NightPhoenix. I think it was very smart to go for those DTs. Just maybe a little bit of a blundered execution there, not being able to have, a DT defensively at home immediately. It was, it was a bit of a shame because it looked like Krystianer had the tools to defend.
Yeah, I need to go back and look at that replay in super slow motion, but I think when he actually started warping into DTs, he started warping in DTs across the map just before NightPhoenix showed up with all those stalkers, so obviously he didn't have, and those are slow warpins as well, and he didn't have any warpins available back home. Like you said, the recall on the map probably was meant to be a DT, but was blundered a little bit and ended up being a stalker. If things panned out even a little bit differently, if there was even a slight delay between when NightPhoenix showed up with stalkers or anything else that happened that game, I'd like to think we'd still be in it.
Yeah, 100%. Or it could just be over, but the other way.
Yeah.
Speaking of it being over, we do have a big reaction out of Krystianer. We saw last game a faster Nexus, this time a much faster Twilight Council. Krystianer now wants to be the aggressor.
He has learned, yep. He's learned from NA, or in this case NP, NightPhoenix. Why would you ever expand in a PvP?
The age-old, of course, question, man. You expand, you die in PvP. And we see immediately Krystianer doubling down. He is... there is not going to be a Nexus here. Krystianer is going for one base all in.
It has to work this time. I believe. Krystianer, he is dedicated to making sure that DTs work at least once in this series. Could sense a little bit of pride being hurt when, he wasn't able to win with them in that last game.
Pretty much, mate. He is doubling down on one base. We have the robo on the way. The Dark Shrine, the third gateway. So 3 gates, 1 base DTs. Meanwhile, NightPhoenix is in the dark. He knows that the Nexus is delayed, but he doesn't know by how much. He doesn't know exactly what he's up against right now. We do have more Stalkers being warped in, though. Off of 1 base, he's going 1 base Blink himself.
Yeah, this is going to give NightPhoenix a lot of production capabilities. Is going to mean that he'll have numbers on his side, but interestingly enough, Krystianer, instead of opting for Warp Prism or anything like that to support DTs, he's going for a Safety Immortal?
I love this.
Immortal.
He got a really fast shield battery, he's got an Immortal, he's got an Overcharge, he has the high ground, he is anticipating his opponent to 1 base all in him, he's going to defend and counterattack with DTs.
This is really well read here from Krystianer. He has read his opponent like a book.
Oh, he knows how to read, Pop.
He knows how to read. It's a rarity.
Infernal Slays. I love you, Krystianer. I love you. I love you, Infernal Slays. Because we do have the DTs going for that massive counterattack. And that is going to force NightPhoenix's hand here. But Krystianer, he's walling off. He's fully walling off here.
NightPhoenix is in a lose-lose situation. He can't go home, he can't recall because he has no detection. He has to blink forward and he has to be aggressive. But like you said, there's a high ground advantage for Krystianer. There was that shield battery, sure, the Immortal has been dealt with, but it also he's also lost a lot of Stalkers with those volleys. A second Immortal is now out, and NightPhoenix has lost pretty much all of his probes. DT hasn't warped in back at home defensively, and I don't see a way for NightPhoenix to turn this around.
Exactly, there's nothing back at home, there's no detection available either. I mean, shout out to NightPhoenix, he did kill the shield battery, and he killed both Immortals as well. He's doing a lot of damage, and NightPhoenix does have a proxy robo on the way once again. He's crazy, Puppy. Oh my god.
He has enough minerals and gas! If he can take out the mining right now for Krystianer and keep his Stalkers alive, then he has a chance.
He's crazy, Puppy. He does have a chance. He's killing everything that he can. He blinks once again. There's only 1 DT that he has to avoid. He just has to minimize the damage. Another robo is going to be depowered here, and mate, the Observer's on the way. It's out!
Out! Can he actually do this? He needs some micro, papi, micro.
Oh, he's recalling back home. We blink on forward. Oh, we have 3D teaser.
Oh.
That's a lot of DPS.
That is a lot and a lot and a lot of DPS. There's also a stalker backing this up. NightPhoenix can try to kite this, and he's going to.
Wow.
2 of these ZTs are going to be morphed into an Archon. Oh my god, says. Oh my god, says Krystianer, and I can't believe it either myself. NightPhoenix is our first finalist of this evening, taking out one of, if not the most decorated Sparkling Tuna Cup champion, 2-0. My OM.G ... My sentiments exactly, Krystianer. I can't believe it.
How, Papi? GG, well played. I just whispered NightPhoenix. I was like, how? He's like, mate, it's just PvP.
It's just PvP, you know. Eventually, you get to a point.
Oh my.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I mean, I am basically speechless here. GG, well played to NightPhoenix. I am shocked that, I mean, even Krystianer couldn't believe what just happened here. Like, Krystianer was doing everything, had the high ground. He had not just one, he had 2 immortals, he had the shield battery, he had the overcharge, he had stalkers. But the killer instinct by NightPhoenix, he had no fear. Like, he didn't skip a beat. As soon as he saw that ramp, he just blinked up anyway. He immediately went to go for a proxy robo as well. Like, he was so in his element.
Yep. That's something that I think is really... That's something that I think I've noticed a lot of NightPhoenix tonight compared to a lot of his previous appearances in tournaments. He is just so decisive today. I don't know what it is, but he's got that killer instinct. You know what it probably is? It's that he knows he has an exam. It's that he knows he has an exam coming up, so he knows he has to win quick. That's what it probably is. But yeah, this, if you can keep this up, man, he is looking to become a new favorite in not just in Sparkling Tuna Cup, but in the entire EU region.
Let's go, Papi. Let's go. GG, well played. Congratulations to NightPhoenix for advancing on to the grand finals in such an amazing fashion as well, such a decisive fashion. And shout out to Krystianer, because sure, he got 2-0'd, but let's be real here, like
he went out in style with those CTs, man.
And he was so close as well. Like, game 1 was so close as well. If only he had like a defensive DT back at home. Here, game 2, it feels like everything was going right, and then it didn't work anyway. It's PvP, man. It's PvP.
That's the best way of describing it. He did everything right, but PvP. That's just how it goes sometimes. God. It's sometimes you just can't rationalize it, you know? Sometimes you can't think about it too hard, because PvP is chaos every single time.
It is chaos, and you know what? NightPhoenix, he was built for it. He was built for PvP. He is just built a little bit different like that, and yeah, he's going to be our first Pro Toss finalist here, of course, for Sparkling Tuna Cup. And he's going to be waiting for his opponent. He's going to be waiting for his Zerg opponent, because the lower semis is going to be a ZVZ.
Indeed it is. We got a little bit of a glimpse of one of our players earlier, but we're going to be seeing another one kind of debut in the evening. Well, I say debut, but I mean the first time we're seeing them tonight. Dimaga's played a lot previously. It is Dimaga versus Wayne.